Good morning. Kalimera. I would like to welcome all of our visitors this morning. I know that some of you are back in town for the Christmas holidays. A few people I see back from college, welcome home. If you're visiting family, welcome back to Tampa. If you are new to the area and you're planning on sticking around here and you're not on our mailing list, please fill out one of the white connection cards in the pews in front of you and hand it to either Catherine Sakis, who is right back there, or Calliope Chigueras, who is right over there, or Bessie Palios, who is right up here. And they'll get you connected to our community so you can be on our mailing list and know all the things that are going on in our church. Lots of things going on in our church this week, most of them liturgical things. There'll be 3 divine services this week for the Feast of the Nativity. We will have on Wednesday morning at 9:30 the service of the Royal Hours from 9:30 to 11 on Wednesday morning. And on Thursday there'll be 2 divine liturgies here. One will be at 9:30 in the morning, preceded by Vespers at 8:45. 8:45 Vespers, 9:30 liturgy, and then in the night, 5:30 Orthros and 7 o'clock Divine Liturgy. And I hope that all of you can come to at least one of those services. You can read about them, especially the hours in the Vesperal Liturgy. Those services are a little bit different than what we're used to doing, and so I hope that you'll take time this Christmas, and as they say, leave Christ in Christmas by worshiping Him here at the church. I have some really good news to report, some really amazing statistics. Yesterday, 40 people between our choir and our Goya went Christmas caroling to some nursing homes. That's really awesome. 40 parishioners were out singing in nursing homes yesterday. And in addition to that, there were 15 more parishioners who were at community outreach yesterday morning. So 55 parishioners were giving back to the community in one time yesterday, which is awesome. And to make it even more amazing is after church today, 50 of us are going back over to Metropolitan Ministries to do some service time over there from 2 to 4:30. That's 50 of us going. And then on Tuesday, 5 of us are going back to Metropolitan Ministries to be part of the prayer tent where you pray for people that are coming through Metropolitan Ministries. So, I mean, pretty amazing that at least 100 people are going to be participating in some volunteer work representing our church. And it's really awesome. We don't want to be just known as the Church of the Greek Festival, but we want to be known as the church that gives back to the community and is a presence in our community. So I'm really grateful and thankful for that, and I congratulate and thank you for participating in that. None of these things were occurring 11 years ago on my first Christmas, and it's really neat that 100 people from our congregation at least are participating in some community outreach these days. Also, the ladies of our Philoptochos have spent several days visiting those who are sick in our community, and I'm thankful for that as well. Of course, last week I gave you some statistics on our stewardship. We're now, nearly 200 people have given their pledge for next year. We're over $330,000 pledged for next year. If you haven't joined the party, please fill out your form. There are some available in the back, and give that to your church this Christmas so we can go into the new year with everyone participating. It's not even important what necessarily is written on the form, but the fact that you have a form representing you and your family. So please fill out one of these forms so that we're all counted and we're all ready to take that step forward in the new year together. How many people saw Star Wars already? We're not a Star Wars crowd? Well, I won't spoil it. How many people are planning to see Star Wars? How many people could care less about Star Wars? Oh, not good. Yeah, those hands are going up way high to be counted. Well, I won't spoil it for you. I will say, if you're a parent and you're wondering if is a PG-13 rating okay for your 9-year-old, I went and saw Star Wars yesterday to preview it for my son, and it was fine. The priest approves. So Nicholas and I will be going to Star Wars this week at some point. I want to thank our choir this morning for singing so beautifully. That arrangement of the Divine Liturgy is called the Liturgy of Peace. Of course, we have the Liturgy of Chrysostom, that's the name of the liturgy, but that arrangement is called the Liturgy of Peace, and it's obviously somewhat more lengthy than the arrangement they usually sing, and it's also somewhat more grandiose, if you will, than the liturgy they normally sing. Thank you again, many of you, for coming today and for the practice time that I know preceded today's liturgy. And I'm glad that we picked this Sunday to have the Liturgy of Peace preceding Christmas, because as I was listening to the choir singing, and some of those notes were really high, and the people that are the sopranos came in very strong on those notes. And what I was thinking as I was listening to that was about the word glory, the glory of God. And we don't think very much about the glory of God. When you think about the Christmas season, if I ask you to write down the top 5 words in the Christmas season, glory probably wouldn't be one of them. Probably a tree would be one, maybe gifts, maybe Santa, shopping, cooking, wrapping, relatives, food, cookies. I'm not sure where glory would fit on your list of Christmas words. I doubt it would make the top 5, though. But when you think of the word Christmas, how can you think of the word Christmas without thinking of the word glory? That the Lord Almighty came down and dwelt among us, and we beheld His glory. The Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld His glory. And the word glory is a word you can't really summarize, because that word, the breadth of that word and the depth of that word, it's like the word infinity. You can't really get a grasp of it. When you think about the heavens were filled with the angels and the shepherds beheld God's glory, you don't think of a small amount of glory or a medium amount of glory or even a large amount of glory. You just think of the heavens opening and the entire sky being this bright white color and declaring the glory of God. And so thank you that it made me think of that word glory as I heard the choir singing this morning. Now, how do we meet God's glory? What do we give in exchange for meeting God's glory? When you give a greeting to somebody this week, many people will wish them Merry Christmas. So you'll go and you'll say, Merry Christmas. And they will meet you at an equal plane. Merry Christmas. At least I hope they will. No one's going to say Merry Christmas, and you're going to walk away and say nothing to them, right? We will meet a greeting with an equal greeting. But how can we meet God's greeting? How can we meet God's glory? So I've been thinking about this. What's the one gift that we can truly give to God? What's the one gift that we can truly give to God? Because if you think about it, most of the things that you can think about giving to God, you're really giving back to God. Because everything good and perfect that you have is from God. So if I say I'm going to give $100 to the church this Christmas, I'm not really giving that. I'm giving it back. Because I have the $100, because I have a job, because I have a talent, because I have a calling, because I have that from God. So if I'm giving $100 to the church, I'm really giving back, not really giving. And if I give to you a gift, that gift also comes from money, that comes from a job, that comes from a talent, that comes from God. So there's really nothing we have to give. We have only to give back. But I was thinking there is one thing that we have to give. There is one good and perfect thing that we have that actually comes from us. One good and perfect thing that we have that comes from us. It's actually the only thing that we can give to God that comes from us. Anyone know what that is? What? Love? Close. See, God taught us how to love. The thing that we have, these are all great things. And they all have the same root. The love, thanks, ourselves, they all have the same root. And that root is humility. This is what we can give to God. We can give God humility. We're not giving it back to Him. That is truly the thing that we have that's ours to give to Him. And from humility comes things like thanks, come things like love. God gave us His glory. He showed us His glory, and He did it in the most humble of ways. He came and dwelt among us as a little baby. So you have this glory of God brought down to the humility of a baby. So if we're going to go and give something to God, this Christmas, we want to give God some humility. And from humility, we grow to see God's glory. From our humility, we grow to see God's glory. And how do we give God humility? The root of humility, the root of being humble, is to realize that God is greater than us. This is God, and this is us. Somebody greater than us made us. Somebody greater than us blesses us. Somebody greater than us provides for us. Somebody greater than us is going to save us. And it takes humility to understand that. It takes humility to believe in that. It takes humility to have that as your guiding light, your guiding star in this life. Most people are self-centered. The universe revolves around us. And we spend all this time cultivating our talents so that we can make our profits, so we can have our ease in life. And somewhere in the picture, humility is lost. So if you want to make Christmas a truly memorable feast this year, and to make it a feast that lasts the whole year through, give God a measure of humility this Christmas, and then after Christmas, continue to give God a measure of humility on a daily basis. We give God humility by praying, by bending our knees to God and saying, God, you are greater than I am. I worship and I bow down before you. We give God humility by obeying his commandments, even when we don't necessarily agree with the commandments. There are a lot of people who say, the commandments of God are passé. They're from a time gone by. The Bible isn't really as it says it is. Right? That's not true. The things of God are as applicable today as they were 2,000 years ago. So humility says, I will obey even if I don't understand, even if I don't agree. In humility, we find forgiveness and we find mercy. We extend mercy. We extend forgiveness even if it is difficult, even when we think that someone is not deserving of forgiveness. We extend mercy and we extend forgiveness. This is part of humility. So if you're looking to give a gift to Christ this Christmas, give the gift of humility, and don't just do it by coming to church, but do it by making a plan so that after Christmas you have humility and thus Christ at the center of your life. How many people still have to do some Christmas shopping? How many people still have to do Christmas shopping? All right, let's see confession. How many people have not started their Christmas shopping? That would be mostly male hands, right? I'm still working on my Christmas shopping. But I went to the mall yesterday after this movie, and I just see, the antithesis of Christmas there. Everyone is running around. Everybody's stressed out. Everybody's like me, like, what the heck? What am I going to buy? There's nothing here worth buying. And everything that's here to buy is overpriced anyway. And however will I get out of here when this is over? Who designed this mall with only one lane coming out when there's like thousands of cars here? So they're stressed in that. All right? And so we've taken Christmas and we've made it a feast of material gain when really it should be a feast of humility. So when you want to offer a gift to somebody, you don't have to go to the mall and buy gifts for them. Offer someone a gift of yourself. Call the people that are closest to you, that mean the most to you, and tell them what they mean to you. Don't just write on the Christmas card, love our family. Take a few minutes and write something heartfelt to people. You mean something to me. I'm really glad that you're part of my life this Christmas. What greater gifts can I have than the people that I know, the people that are my friends, people that are my coworkers? So if you want to give a good gift, give a gift that doesn't go away once you've eaten it. All right? Give a gift of yourself of humble thanks to those that you love. This is the most meaningful gift of all. And there's one gift actually that tops even that, which is the gift of prayer. And on Thursday, at some point in the day, I asked Monica the other day in the office, I said, please make a list of all the families of our community, every mother, father, brother, sister, child, grandparent, great-grandparent, everybody that we have. Make a list of all the people we have, so that on Thursday I'm going to spend my day in the church, the majority of the day, praying for you, and not just bulleting through all the names, but going and pausing on every name for a few moments and praying for you as I know you, praying for your children, your grandchildren, your needs, your hopes, your dreams, and praying for our entire community that way. That's a gift that I'm offering you this Christmas, and I hope that you'll offer me the same. Just spend a moment or two praying for me and for my family, that God will continue to strengthen and bless our ministry here in Tampa, and as He so wills in the years to come. I hope and I pray that I'm going to see all of you on Thursday at some point during the day. Lots of people run away from Christ. This is their Christmas this Sunday. Don't be like those people. Come on Thursday and let's worship Christ on His nativity, and let's bring humility with us so that we can come and behold His glory. One other favor I want to ask you to do this week, if you think about it. I heard this beautiful song the other day called Here With Us. Here With Us. It was written in the year 2005. I never knew it existed until the other day. It's called Here With Us, and it's by a woman named Joy Williams. And it really captures humility in a very small and beautiful song. So if you think about it, Google Here With Us and listen to it on YouTube. I'm going to preach about that, I think, on Thursday. I'm really touched by this song. I can't get it out of my head. It is not the glorious music that the choir sang today. It's rather a small, still voice like Isaiah talked about, the voice of humility. Humility is the gateway to God's glory. We're going to hear the choir sing glorious things as we did today. We'll hear more glorious things on Thursday. But come with humility, come with prayer, and let's share God's glory on His nativity. May God bless you and keep you. Merry Christmas.